Hi staff. This is a video giving you some information about targeted services and the process for getting families ready for Camp Propel this summer. So the two larger building goals that we have for the spring in regards to CLPs is we want to make sure that we get CLPs completed and signed at conferences, and we get those students identified. And we want to make sure that families with CLPs get registered for Camp Propel this summer. And we also use the CLPs for identifying students for targeted services classes. Right now, when we're looking for the classes lists for targeted services this winter and spring, we're using the CLPs that you did for students in the previous year, 2016, 2017. So the three things I'm going to quickly go over in this video are I'm going to review the qualification guidelines for students to see whether or not they receive CLPs. We'll review the steps to get families ready for conferences and what you'll need to do have ready for them. And then what you'll need to do to get families ready to register for summer school. The student will receive a CLP if they meet any of the following criteria. If they consistently score a 1 or 2 on grade level report card rubrics, if they speak English as a second language at home, or if they have limited English proficiency, or if they're substantially below performance levels in any of the following tests, the BAS test, the MCA or MAP test, or if they're below grade level in the AVMR test. Now, substantially below performance levels on the benchmark testing just means if they're reading substantially below grade level or if they're in the red zone. But as far as the MCA or MAP test scores, that if a student scores at or below the following scores on either the MCA test or the MAP test, they would also qualify for a CLP. Once you've identified which students qualify for CLPs and qualify for targeted services and summer school, the next step is to create CLPs for all of those students. Now, I'm not going to go over that process now in this video, but I do go over that process in the accompanying video, and I sent the link in the email so that there is a link about how to create CLPs for students. So if you look in the email that I sent, that you can see the link to that video to watch that to remind you how to make CLPs. So now it's time to get ready for conferences. And at conferences, there's two things that you're going to give to families when they sign their CLPs. One is the targeted services brochure that just gives information about targeted services programs and the funding that pays for them, so families know that these are not programs that they need to pay for. I will send out a link with an email that will have links to all of the brochures in English, as well as Spanish, Vietnamese, Russian, Somali, and Mandarin Chinese. And then in addition, we will have a bunch of English targeted service brochures placed by the mailbox that you can just grab for if you need those copies in English. So in addition to the targeted services brochure that you're going to give the families, we'll also have a save the date form that will give information to parents about Camp Propel or Summer Academy this summer and the dates that those programs will take place. Once you've got your CLP signed, you can just put it in my box, or you can just bring it to me, and I will file them, and I'll go in and change the status of those forms from pending to accepted. Now, some of the summer school information is not totally certain yet. It will be during July and August. It will be Monday through Thursday, 9 to 3. It should be at East Lake, although all of that information is still not totally concrete yet. We do know for certain that at DP, at Diamond Path, the spring coordinator will be Sue Peterson, so she will be the contact for our teachers. And if you are interested in teaching at Camp Propel this summer, please get in touch with Sue. She will get you signed up. And kindergarten Bridge to School will be separate for Camp Propel. They give information to parents during kindergarten registration. And summer academy information for 5th graders going into 6th graders, that will be provided once we receive the information for that. We don't have the dates or the locations for that yet either, but I will give those to the 5th grade teachers so they have those for the families as well at conference time. So the time frame for the spring, once we do have the students identified that are targeted students, we'll have 3 different rounds of trying to get them registered for Camp Propel this summer. We'll send an initial batch of registrations home on February 23rd, and any students that haven't responded, we'll send a second batch home on March 16th, If there's still any students who have not yet registered, we'll send a third round of registrations to those families on April 6th. And then once that's kind of the end date, then we'll start putting those enrollment forms into Reach and send information over to food services and transportation to make sure that things are ready for the summer at Camp Rappel. So as I said earlier, I will provide an email with the links to save the date information sheet that you can print out, and targeted services brochures in English and other languages that you can print out and hand out to families. But if you have any other questions at any step in this process, certainly stop by anytime and see me, and I'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.